many small businesses, staying up in a down market is especially tough when competing for business with overseas vendors. Tonight's Small Business Spotlight knows firsthand what that's like. He is the president and CEO of Berkeley Veritronic Systems, makers of high-end security devices and wireless test equipment. Welcome to Berkeley Veritronic's president and CEO, Scott Schober. Scott, you brought some of this detection gear with you. It's impressive stuff. So just quickly describe it for me first.
Sure, yeah. This here is our Wolfhound Pro cell phone detector. It's used in facilities where you need to secure them, where cell phones are not allowed. You need to enforce a policy. So you could actually direction find, detect, and locate where the actual cell phone is, especially in prisons where there's contraband cell phones, which is a huge problem.
I was going to ask you, follow up, how bad is the problem with contraband cell phones? Are prisons most in demand for this product?
Yes, that's actually the hottest area for this tool. We've sold hundreds of them, and they're coming in by all means, be it lawyers, they're being smuggled in by visitors, and they're using them for all kinds of corruption, gang activity, witness intimidation.
Teachers in class using it to
cheating,
seek out the cell phones. Okay,
yes.
No, that's a legitimate point.
Exactly. We've sold a lot to actually universities where they're proctoring an exam and somebody wants to actually look up an answer on a test. They could use this and say, hey, somebody's got a cell phone.
And we were just chatting in the commercial break. I happened to have my BlackBerry, and this thing went right off. I mean,
Yes.
It went off the radar, actually. So I turned it off for the microphones. Will it still read it? I mean, if I were just to kind of stick it aside?
Well, if you have your phone on and it transmits every once in a while to the base station, we can pick that up. It's called autonomous registration. So we can actually detect, there it goes, in fact, detect and locate where the cell phone is. So imagine a facility where somebody smuggles it in and hides it. We could simply find it with this tool.
What is it about the cell phones that this keys into?
Well, it's really the signal strength that's transmitting from the mobile phone to the base station, the cell tower. That's what our algorithm does. It scans and looks at all North American cell phones for the 3G, third generation network. That's what this tool is ideal for.
All right, so what are your profit margins like? How much does this cost? What does it cost you to manufacture? And then what can you sell it for?
Sure, good questions. This unit sells for under $2,500. It's a very profitable unit, and it's really geared towards selling in the quantities of hundreds, 500 at a time, something like that, where we want to get it widespread deployment.
So
throughout
one
corrections.
prison, one typical state prison, if you will, would buy a lot that large?
Yeah, they would buy several units, or depending upon how large it is, they may buy 20 or 30 units to really enforce a no cell phone policy.
But what about your input costs? Because materials costs, we've been watching commodities soar, so has that hurt you?
Yes, the prices have been going up, so to keep it close and keep it profitable, we have to build enough volume and sell enough units, really, to make it effective.
Where is the most demand regionally?
Oh, certain states are key problems in Texas and California, actually on the East Coast. New Jersey, New York, there's a lot of problems, as well as down in the southern states where phones, usually GSM prepaid phones, are smuggled in very easily, and there's a lot of problems there.
Would you say you have more problems with competitors domestically or overseas? Because I know China seems to have an advantage over the U.S. in so many different ways for you and your business as well.
It could be a challenge. Fortunately for us, this is a niche product which hasn't been ripped off by the Chinese market as of yet. A lot of problems when things go to China if you outsource it there. Obviously, intellectual property, there's risks there where they could easily copy things, and we're very concerned about that. One thing that's helping us to some degree is the cost of shipping. With the high cost of energy, shipping goods from China here has changed the balance a little bit.
That's interesting. So this is really a family business for you.
Yes.
Where do you go from here? How do you hope to expand? What are you doing? How are you navigating through this tough economy?
Well, you're right. It's a family business, which makes it a little bit more exciting, and we're kind of unique in that we've been in business 38 years. The company was founded by my father, who's semi-retired, still our CTO, and we're a privately held company, and we focus on niche products. So we're always looking for what's the next evolving technology that's exciting.
And that is?
And that's our Squid, which we introduced officially last week. Unique tool. Did you ever take your phone and say, why do I have such terrible cell phone coverage here? You look at the number of bars, you can't figure it out. This tool here actually allows you, if you look at it and say, hey, who's the best carrier, the best cell phone provider? Is it AT&T? Is it Sprint? Is it Verizon? It'll tell you a simple signal strength measurement here.
Is that in pocket size? I mean, you've got to streamline that and make it smaller so that we can just kind of pull it out of our pocketbooks.
It's getting smaller and smaller. This being the first unit here, that's exactly what happened. It's getting integrated smaller and smaller, and the price and the quantities is sub $1,000, so it's getting more attractive to carriers or even installers of any type of phone-based.
Well, thank you so much for the description and the conversation. Good luck to you.
Great. Thank you so much.